everybody, and welcome back to my channel. Today is going to be a 50 questions about Michi and about bearded dragons in general. Let's get to it. So I asked around my friends, family, and online of different questions that they have about Michi and about bearded dragons in general. First off, we have Maggie from work. This is for you. She asked 2 questions. First, does he get along with my cat? No, he doesn't. Ever since he was little, I've been trying to slowly introduce him to my cats, and so they know about him, but they still see him as prey. So I think once he gets bigger, then they won't be so aggressive towards him. And the second question that she asked is, how often does he eat a day? He should eat twice a day, but he's been a little butt lately, and so now he only just usually eats once a day. I think that's just because he's growing a lot, but usually he eats 3 worms in the morning and 3 worms at night. Say hi! Next question. My mom asked the question, is he worth it? Yes, he is very worth it. So my other friend asked 3 questions. Cameo, this is for you. What does he like to eat the most? He, I think, likes to eat clovers because I think they're his favorite vegetable right now. I've been trying to get him used to like different other different vegetables, and he's not having it. I once had to feed him baby food, and I like force feed him because he needed his greens, but he wouldn't eat any of his greens. But apparently in the beauty world, that's normal. Second question that she asked is, how much of a puppy is he? He is very much like a puppy. He's like a puppy with scales, like you said, Cameo. He is so much like a puppy. He likes to go outside, he likes car rides. He more or less likes swimming. I haven't actually let him swim. But yes, he is like a puppy. And third question is, what does he want to be when he grows up? And I have talked to him about it, and he said that he wants to be a safari guide because he likes going out. Is that too much? He likes going outside and seeing all the animals, and he likes informing people of the animals. So there you have it. He wants to be a safari guide. So then I have just general questions that I thought people would be interested in. So first off is, how old is Michi? Michi is 4 months old. He was born in April. And so my friend and I decided April 17th is going to be his birthday. So he recently, today is the 24th, he recently turned 4 months old. And I did do a 4-month-old update, which was almost exactly like the 3-month update. Is he a boy or girl? Michi is a boy, which leads to the second question. How do I sex my bearded dragon? Now, this is going to be a little bit confusing, but I don't know if I should put a warning here. You're going to see a dragon butt. Okay, if he cooperates. So you see this line is his butt. And you can see there's a lump right here. And you can see those 2 lumps, right? Yes. So that is a U. If it is a U shape, it is a boy. If it is just straight across lump, no up things, it's a girl. So yes, he is a boy, and that is how you sex a bearded dragon. You can also, another fun way to do it is get a flashlight and put it like right behind it, and it'll illuminate. My cousin asked, does he have a thing? And I'm like, that's not how it works. That's not how it works. Okay. When did I get Michi? I got Michi in June. I got Michi on June 8th. Ugh. And he has been like the best, almost the best thing that's happened to me. Question 11. What does the name Michi mean? Okay, so this kind of goes into a little bit of K-pop because when I first got into K-pop, I really liked G-Dragon from Big Bang. And one of his songs that I really, really liked is Michiko, which means crazy go. So Michi means crazy in Korean. I should have just named him GD. I've always wanted to have a little GD reference in my Bearded Dragon's name. And it took me a while to think about it because the other YouTuber that I watch, Pansy Pan, she got her name from a TV series with 4 different characters in it, and that's how she got O-C-H-O. And so I wanted mine to be creative like that. Plus I wanted it short and interesting. Why did I decide to get a beardy? This goes into, I don't know why I decided to get a beardy. One day I was watching, actually, fun fact, I was on vacation. And a little bit beside the point, it was the same week that August D from BTS, Suga, released his music video for August D. Anyway, Michi! It was at nighttime and I couldn't go to sleep, and so watching August D like 20 times, I got a suggestion for Pansy Pan's how to take care of a bearded dragon. And so I clicked on it and I was interested. And so for the rest of the vacation, I watched a little bit of her, and then I went off thinking about it for like a month. And then I got back into it and I'm like, you know, I could do this. You know, I could get one. So that's how I started. So basically Pansy Pan is the one who got me into bearded dragons. And how I got Michi. Are bearded dragons good pets? They are, but I wouldn't let a younger person get one. They are like the beta fish of the reptile world, and they are easy to take care of if you know how to and are responsible with them. If you're not, don't give your child a bearded dragon for like Christmas. It's cruel because they're gonna die. So yes, they're good pets if you are responsible with them. Question 15. How long does a bearded dragon live? Well taken care of bearded dragons can live 7 to 10 years and maybe a little more. The longest bearded dragon living was 15 years. Are bearded dragons safe to own? I would say yes and no, because they themselves are safe, but they do carry salmonella inside of them and in their poop. So you have to be really careful of handling them and disposing of their poop and cleaning your hands after the poop. Because obviously you're not going to eat the poop, but things can get places. And so you gotta be really careful with washing your hands and whatnot. So yes, they are safe, but you just have to be careful because you don't want them or you catching salmonella. How big does a bearded dragon get? So I would say normal bearded dragons get like 1.5 feet long. Yeah, which is about this big, but you obviously can't tell how big that is. But their bodies get 1.5 feet long, but their tails add a lot to it. So I would say they get about probably 2.5 feet long total. How much does a bearded dragon cost? It depends on who you go to. If you go to a breeder, they're obviously gonna cost more because they're obviously a breeder. Mine cost $54 from PetSmart, the motherland. Because I did, if you watch my informational video, I do tell you that I was looking at a breeder. The one that I wanted would be $125 for a juvenile. A juvenile bearded dragon would have cost $125. A full grown one would have been $130, which honestly is not that much. I thought they were going to be like $1,000. Can I feed my bearded dragon insects from outside? I wouldn't do that on a regular basis. I did feed him earthworms once because I ran out of food at my aunt's house, and I'm like, I have no food whatsoever, and there's no pet store within like 1,000-mile radius. So I did feed him earthworms after researching it, and you can feed them earthworms, but I wouldn't do it on a regular basis. And if you have pesticides, if you do pesticides, I wouldn't do any insects outside unless you know for a fact that you don't do pesticides and they don't have any contamination of anything on them. Can I feed my bearded dragon lettuce? No. Don't. You can feed it lettuce every like blue moon, or if you do not have any other food or green leaf. The problem with lettuce is that even though it's like the easiest thing on earth, it's mostly water, so they absorb that water and then they get diarrhea, and that diarrhea causes them to be dehydrated. So it makes them really sick. And so I would not feed him lettuce. I have fed him lettuce, but it was like really tiny stuff. I just wouldn't do it on a daily basis. What does gut loaded mean? Gut loaded means high in fat. So like, compare superworms to crickets. Superworms obviously have much more gooey squishiness rather than crickets, because crickets have more of an exoskeleton and more hard like legs and head and whatnot. So gut loaded means like high in protein, fatty. There's a lot of like guts in it. Gut loaded insects are the best insects to feed your bearded dragon. Does a bearded dragon need vitamin supplements? Yes, they do. Because they are not in Australia anymore, we have to, number one, imitate their environment by like the UVB bulb and the heat lamp. And they obviously can't get the normal creatures that they would in Australia. So bearded dragons can easily get calcium deficiency. And so if they don't get enough calcium in their diet, they can actually take it from their bones and make their like arms, legs, tails all crooked or just completely like deformed. So calcium supplements are one thing that is so important for juvenile bearded dragons. That's what I'm feeding him. I just dust my superworms with it and then feed it to him, and it's fine. And I think it's vitamin D3 that I feed him, calcium D3. And then when they're older, you just feed them calcium. You don't have to feed them D3. What size terrarium does one need? For an adult bearded dragon, 40 gallons is the smallest that you can go. 120 gallon is like the best that you can go. That's basically it. Nothing smaller than 40. Nothing. Don't do anything smaller than 40 because it will stunt their growth. They will not reach the full size that they need if you do anything less than a 40 gallon. What temperature is good for a bearded dragon? I would say 90s to 100s Fahrenheit. I can't remember what that goes to for Celsius. That's the best temperature. Any special lights? Yes, you need a heat lamp. A heat lamp, if you can't get like a great one from PetSmart, you can use a flood lamp, like a regular flood lamp for your home. That's a really good basking light. And you need a UVB bulb. Just those two bulbs. And if it's really cold where you are, I would suggest getting a night heat lamp. Don't do the red light, because honestly, if we're imitating their environment, they don't have red light in Australia. Just give them a black light. It's fine. They don't care. They're asleep. Those 3 lamps are basically what you need. You don't need anything else. There's tons of lamps out there. You can do your own research on that, but you just need 3 or 2 bulbs. Do I need thermometers? I would use thermometers just to be safe, that you're not boiling them alive, freezing them down. What kind of substrate do I need to use? You can use what you like, just don't do sawdust, don't do moss, and don't do sand. A lot of people do sand. Do not do sand. It gets in their ears and it could cause impaction. I'm pretty sure impaction is for their ears. It can mess them up. Don't use sand. They can eat it, they can ingest it. No. So carpet, tile, paper towels, newspaper, anything like that. Just don't, nothing small that they can eat. Can I use live plants? I would say yes, but be very careful which kind of plants you get, because some of them might actually be poisonous to them. They could actually eat them. I know I have fake plants and he's tried to eat it. I'm like, you can't eat that. So I would say you can, but just be careful which ones you get. When should I take it to the vet? I would suggest taking it to the vet when you get it, but honestly, if you're me and you don't have a lot of money to pay for vet bills, I would wait, because I researched vets around me and just the examination is $45, and if any other treatment is plus that. So I would wait, because he's healthy right now. What are common illnesses? Common illnesses are going to be MBD, which is metabolic bone disease, which is the calcium deficiency, which I was talking about. And then they have yeast infections, and I think pinworms. Those are the 3 that are the most common. When can I start handling my bearded dragon? It depends, because some bearded dragons are like, no, get away from me. Some of them are like, I don't care what you do to me. He was an I don't care what you do to me kind of dragon. I handled him the first night I got him. He slept on my chest. It was adorable. See what kind of dragon it is. I think the older that they are, the more picky that they are, because he was 2 months old and he did not care whatever you did. Can I give it a bath? Yes, but not too often. I give him a bath like, I haven't been giving him a bath that often, but every 3 days. I would suggest every 3 days, or maybe a little bit, stretch it out a little bit further than that. Also, if like you've taken him somewhere or he's been touched by a lot of people, I give him a bath just to kind of get all the gross stuff off. How do I clip claws? I'm going to do another video on that, so stay tuned for that one. What is the scientific name for them? I'll put it in here, but the scientific name is, I think it's Pogona visciteps. Vittcep. I can't spell. Where do they come from? They come from Australia. They came to America in the 1940s just for pet purposes, because they were like, oh, these make good pets. So they basically came to America in the 1940s just for strictly pet use, and they were really popular. How much should I feed? Depends on the dragon. When they're younger, they're going to eat more, but the dragons more or less do know when to stop feeding. He usually eats 2 to 3 worms a day and night, but recently he hasn't been eating that much, so they kind of know what they're doing. Can bearded dragons swim? Yes, they can. I don't think they like it that much, but they do know how to swim. Why is he two-toned? It's because his shed was tightening over his new skin, and so that changed the color of his normal skin and his shedding skin. Question 40, why do they change colors? So in the sunlight, usually bearded dragons will get darker. Darker colors absorb the most heat, and so they need heat for maintaining their heat while they're asleep. So usually when they're changing colors, they're absorbing the heat through the darker colors in their skin. Can they hear? Yes, they can hear. I don't know how well they can, but I know that they can hear. Where are their ears? I'm so sorry, baby. Their ears, I'm so sorry, are right here. That's why you don't want to get sand in them, because they're big. Yes, that's where they are. When do they start eating fruit? Depends on the dragon. I've tried to feed mine cantaloupe and blueberries, grapes. He's not having any of it. So you can try to feed it fruit anytime. It just depends on the dragon. Do they like to be around any other kinds of animals? I have seen videos where the bearded dragon's around cats, dogs, goats, not cows, but like, you know, animals. And so I would say yes to that question, but I think that it takes time for them to get used to it, obviously, which is what I'm trying to do with this one and my cat. Do they bond with humans? I would say yes, because Pansy Pan and Acho have bonded, and me and Michi have bonded, or are bonding. So I would say yes to that one. Follow up to that question, the male species will be more active than the female because it's just how they are. 47. If its tail is cut off, will it grow back? No, it won't grow back, unfortunately. They can drop it if need be. It takes a lot for them to drop it, but they can drop it, but they can't grow it back, unfortunately. Do they make noise? I think the only thing that they do is hiss, and that's about it. I wish they made noise because that'd be cute, but they don't. 49. If you call him, will he come? I don't think so. I think they're really stupid. And question 50, I already answered this one, but are there personality traits between male and female? Yes, males are more of an active species, and females are more of like laid back and picky. So that's it that I have for you guys today. Wow, that was 50 questions. Oh, that went by kind of fast. It is 33 minutes long right now. With editing, hopefully that will get it down. That is it that I have for you guys today. I will edit this video and I will be posting it soon, and I will make a claw clipping video soon. I just clipped the claws today. I probably shouldn't have done that. I will wait till they grow longer. Maybe you guys can see them, maybe you can't. I will draw a diagram too, so that'll help you, because clipping claws is important because you don't want to clip your bearded dragon's claws the wrong way. So I will do a video on that one. Yeah. And so I will see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.